Eastern Conference matchup as the Atlanta Hawks come into town in this game. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to this broadcast of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke.
All right, ready to go? Ready to go?
So off the tip, it's Charlotte. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Teague and Korver are the guards, and it's Bazemore at the 3 slot. Now here's Jefferson, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And guys, you know, last year Marvin Williams signed a big contract, and he did not follow that up with big production. In fact, he tied a career low in terms of his field goal percentage at only 42, and not exactly what the Hornets were expecting from their new stretch 4.
And Williams drops them both. Well, the thing about Marvin Williams, you know, we know he doesn't create for others. He doesn't generate a lot of blocks or steals. But, you know, the one thing he does, he can hit the boards, he rebounds well, and he's got a pretty good shot from outside.
Yeah, and last season he didn't have any big numbers, but the ones that were at least respectable were in the areas you just mentioned, rebounding and three-point shooting, Kevin.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here's Walker. Williams kicks to Jefferson. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
Hornets on defense now. Outside Teague. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Walker with it. Jefferson setting the pick for Walker to the paint. No good. Good work defensively by Millsap.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Jefferson against Horford. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Al Jefferson. Last season we saw Al Horford rounding back into form. Good to see that after what had been his second season-ending pectoral muscle tear back in late 2013.
Exactly. I mean, the Hawks just had to bide their time while their best player was out. You saw once he returned, though, he makes a big difference for him.
First one falls for him.
And for me, Horford, one of the most unappreciated stars in the league. When he's healthy, he's every bit the franchise player because he really has no weakness. He does pretty much everything well on the floor. And Horford, I mean, this guy does it all on the floor. But for me, his leadership, that's one of those real intangibles. And he's unselfish, all about his teammates and completely focused on winning. So when your best player has that commitment, it has to rub off on the other players.
Up and over the defender with one hand. Facebook.
Looked like the D had a good chance to cut him off until he made his move to the rack.
Yeah, that's just a really nice job of taking it right to the rim.
Here is Korver after the basket by Charlotte. Bazemore passes to Horford. And that one's good.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Feeds it to Kid Gilchrist. Back to Williams. Charlotte moving the ball around. Pass break here. Here come the Hawks. Bazemore dishes to Millsap. The shot misses. And it's the Hornets taking it the other way. Williams kicks to Jefferson. Pass to Kid Gilchrist. Outside, Walker. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots from the elbow. Millsap grabs the miss. Last season, the Charlotte Hornets had a dreadful offense. Worst effective field goal percentage, Clark, in the league. Effective field goal percentage being your field goal percentage with the value of the shot factored in. Again, more analytics for us to look at.
Yeah, and this is a way to break down that analytic in an abbreviated fashion, field goal percentage is a pretty good indicator of how good your offense is.
They get it back. Outside for Corver. Dishes to Horford. Bazemore passes to Corver. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
It's stolen by Teague. And now it's Teague running. He can go all the way. And laid in to finish the break. Teague's got his second basket.
How's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, no hesitation at all taking that one to the basket. Beautifully done.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
And for the Hornets, they're league worst in terms of field goal efficiency. And for the Hornets, their league worst effective field goal percentage means they didn't take a lot of threes, and they still missed a ton of shots. And guys, that's a recipe for disaster.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Jefferson. Lee comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Lamb, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Kemba Walker.
I don't know. Maybe they're still working out the kinks on D, because that clearly was a breakdown.
Well, I tell you, you take a look at the Hornets roster from last year, and a lot of players shot under 40% from the floor. Not end of the rotation guys either. I mean, players that saw heavy minutes, just casting up brick after brick.
Now here's Lamb. Down low. Lin dishes to Kaminsky, and stolen by Splitter. Here's Hardaway.
Whoa. And with that speed, once he took off, the D just had no chance of getting back.
Well, I think they did the right thing. I mean, just give up the 2 points and move forward. Hey, discretion is the better part of valor sometimes. Write that one down, game players. Discretion is the better part of valor.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
The Hornets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
Both good from the line that time. Hawks have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far, right at the 50% mark. Schroeder kicks to Hardaway. Splitter sets a screen. A floater, can't get it to go. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The Hawks on top, up by 2. 2K Sports, back in a moment here at the Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte. Built with some pretty big egos, there are also guys like that who are living the dream in their own very grateful way. Lin has certainly seen the highs and the lows.
And Kevin, not everyone's a superstar and certain of their future. Sometimes you get to be a superstar for a brief moment in time, but this game has a way of humbling people, even those who started out humble, like Lin.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnover.
And so in the game for the Hawks, Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kyle Korver. And it's Cephalosha in at the small forward spot. What a season for Al Horford last year. Such a great display from him and his team as he led the Hawks to the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
And for all the team accomplishments the Hawks had, Horford was able to hit some of his own milestones as well. Had his first career triple-double last season.
Lin the pass to Kaminsky. The basket good off the assist from Lin.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Horford was really a cog in all aspects of the Hawks last season. I mean, a major cog. Just a consistent presence inside with his 15 points and 7 boards a game.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game.
And for Horford last year, the numbers were down a bit, but that wasn't due to his play. I think the Hawks were just a more balanced team, and he could obviously put up bigger numbers if he wanted to, but by playing within the system, I think it allowed Atlanta to reach its true potential over the course of the regular season.
Catching up on the changes for Charlotte. Al Jefferson's checked in for Cody Zeller. Williams comes in for Kaminsky. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Courtney Lee. And Walker subbed in for Jeremy Lin. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one, drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Certainly the biggest surprise last year, Clark, was the play of the Atlanta Hawks. You would have picked them to win the East at the start of the season.
Well, they did it, and they earned it. The Hawks didn't have any superstars on their roster, but they won with solid team play.
And Al Horford drops them both.
And for the Hawks, they did end up with 4 All-Stars last season. As you said, it was all about how they worked together as a team.
Walker goes in. No luck. So Atlanta will take it the other way. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Horford missing again.
And, you know, around the NBA, the league recognized the Hawks were a complete team. Everybody played their role superbly. The NBA named all 5 of their starters the player of the week last year in an unprecedented move.
It's tipped. Outside, Walker. Here's Batum, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Boy, just an excellent assist. Nice work from Kemba Walker.
Here's T. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And Bazemore kicks to Millsap. Out to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Korver gets a wide open look. Buries the long-range jumper. Korver's got 5 points so far.
You know, they've got to be careful not to give a shooter of his caliber open looks like that. 1 or 2 of those are all it takes to really get him going.
Charlotte calls timeout. Look at his contract, and Kyle Korver is a steal, Clark, at 4 years and $24 million.
Yeah, but he's a guy not only who can shoot it, clearly, but a good team defender as well. I think he's a really solid, complete player and a pro's pro in terms of the locker room.
Yeah, seems when he's on the floor, the Hawks a different team offensively.
No question.
Chris Humphries has checked in for Al Horford. The Hawks leading by 3. Teague with a clean look. The three-pointer no good.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Williams and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And Korver, not the longest or the most athletic, but he's disciplined and also moves his feet well. So they talk about staying on a string defensively. He's always attentive and engaged. And Korver, a guy who'll set a hard screen, scrap for rebounds. He's come from a basketball family. You can sense, though, his love for the game. He wants to do the little things now that help you win, and that's one reason why he was an all-star a season ago.
Lamb, he's checked in for Charlotte. Splitter's checked in for the Hawks. Hardaway comes in for Kyle Korver. There's a screen. Splitter sets a screen. And he uses the glass on the layup. Splitter's got his first bucket in this one.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Walker dishes to Jefferson. There's the killer two-handed slam.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Splitter it to Bazemore. Picked by Humphries. Hardaway passes to Humphries. There's the double team with Walker. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Splitter dishes to Bazemore. Tries again, and Splitter with the layup. Splitter's got 4 this quarter.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Walker against T. Jefferson has a wide open look, and it comes off the front of the rim.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Here's Hardaway. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Here's Lamb. Knocks down the step-back J.
Wow, you don't see him make plays like that very often. That's a nice move there for the basket.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Humphries with the bucket.
Chris Humphries.
Hornets trail by 3. Here's Walker. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And they've seen enough. The basket will not count. The quarter has come to an end before the shot.